Hey everybody, I tried this product last night. These are the results this morning. I have eye makeup on, but absolutely nothing else on my skin except for my sunscreen. So if you want to find out how the Amazonian white clay mask works, I'm also going to show you, you're going to see me apply it before, during, after. Keep watching because if you have sensitive skin, I think we're in luck, everybody. I am really excited to share this video because if you're a sensitive skin baby like me and you want to try a lot of different products but are scared, especially clay, then I may have a solution for you. I have very sensitive, acne prone and reactive skin for reference. And I have my notes here because I do want to tell y'all a little bit about the Amazonian white clay, benefits of it, especially the KAOLIN. I know we've seen a lot of different videos online about the different types of clay masks. I also want to point out that the only other clay mask that I have ever tried is the Aztec clay mask. I got that one from Amazon. That is the one that is a powder that you need to mix with apple cider vinegar. I'm going to tell you guys what happened to me when I tried that one as well. But first, let's go through all of the info for the Amazonian white clay mask. Now this specific brand is the Slow Sunday. I got this from Shein for about $7. I typically don't buy skincare from Shein, but I did a ton of research because I really wanted to try a clay mask and I was so impressed by the ingredients. So I'm going to go through the ingredients, but first let's start off with what in the world is an Amazonian white clay mask? Where does it come from? And essentially, do we need it? So it's a mineral-rich formula, the clay here, and it is made from the kaolin. And so that clay is actually sourced from the Amazon River in South America. Okay, and just like all the other forms of clay primarily that I could research, this is very rich in silica. But the Amazonian clay is also very rich in the titanium, aluminum, iron, and potassium salts. That's what I discovered from my research. So right away, we're talking very mineral-rich formula. But of course, there are all sorts of different kinds of clay formulas. And when I was doing my research, a lot of them did have added like fragrance, drying alcohols, essential oils. So I'm very happy to say, and wait with me till the end here, I'm going to go through the ingredients. But the product that I found, and the reason I bought this one is because this is the one that I found that didn't have any of those additives that us as sensitive skin babies were always afraid of. Okay, so why in the world should we even be using this clay mask? Like, what does it do? It's supposed to eliminate toxins, and that's why there is an antioxidant in here. When I interviewed the physicist in Greece on Crete Island, he taught me a lot about the way the scientific names are placed in ingredients. So when I researched tea extracts, whenever you see the camellia leaf, that's the tea extract in here. And, well, you have to look for it in the ingredients, obviously. Insider Coder did tell me that it's in here, and then that would be your antioxidant. So specifically for the Amazonian white clay, the purpose is to absorb excess oil, eliminate toxins, we talked about the antioxidant, and the debris from the skin's surface. So I guess you would think about it just like we use our chemical exfoliants to smooth out our skin, except we don't use those harsh scrubs. That's what we're trying to avoid. And then generally what I discovered was that within skincare formulas, the clay is supposed to help with enlarged pores. There's so much mixed information about pores. Do they open? Do they close? Online. But minimizing the size of the pores is for me always a bonus. And I have to say, you guys, that when I have been using chemical exfoliants regularly, I do see a huge difference in blackheads because that is an issue for me, as well as enlarged pores. Like my main issues are here with those pores. You can see how reactive my skin is. Just as I touch it, it gets so bloody red, and that's also because of my rosacea. So just tagging on to what I earlier said, I did find in the literature that it is clinically proven to help with the pores. I've just used this one time. I'm going to tell you what my skin felt like last night and this morning. I'm going to see a pore difference right away. I don't think so, but it is clinically demonstrated to help with the pores and the clogging of the pores, which leads to those unwanted blackheads. So exciting news all around there. I specifically was looking for a product with the KAOLIN or the KAOLIN clay because I had read not only that it's an antioxidant, great for skin surfacing smoothness, but it is also very good for unclogging those clogged pores, and it is sensitive skin friendly and safe because when I tried the Aztec, I'm going to tell you what happened to me now. I think this is a good insertion point about the Aztec. When I used the Aztec clay mask and I mixed it with the apple cider vinegar, wherever I had blemishes on my face, it was painful, guys. So it feels like instead of a stinging, like a little bit of a throbbing. And then when I removed it, it did get very, very hard. And that is a no-no for my skin. And when I removed it, I was red like a tomato for about half an hour. And the next day, my skin was actually really smooth and beautiful. But I'm trying to find a product, or I have been trying to find a product to omit that portion of it. Apparently, the KAOLIN clay is very good for soothing inflammation and sensitive skin, which is phenomenal for people like me who right now I'm dealing with blemishes. You never see them on camera the way they look like in reality, but the blemishes are inflamed and I'm always having to reach for all sorts of different products. So what it says here, that it will calm inflamed skin, blemish prone skin, and then also sensitive skin. So the next two are correlated, and what we earlier discussed helps unclogging those pores. So that's where that acne comes in, where it says that can help with acne. It's like a two-part. Can help calm down the acne, the inflammation, and also can help with those pores, unclogging them. So reducing the sebum, less pore clogging, less acne. Okay, the last three are all very useful for me. Tightening the skin. Who doesn't want to have a little bit of tighter skin? Combating dry skin, because this gives you an exfoliation, but a very gentle exfoliation. Again, I don't believe in scrubs. I'm going to open this up and actually show you how smooth it is, because when I was applying it yesterday, it was hard for me to show that on the camera, but you see how smooth this is? There's no beads in here or anything of that nature. It's actually very pleasant to apply. You see that? I'm going to put some on my hand here. See, it's like a smooth cream. Very pleasant. And everybody, this did not dry on my face. So you get this huge jar. This huge jar was $7 Canadian. And I'm going to go through the ingredients with you. I now choose products that now that I've educated myself, I choose them solely on ingredients. That's it. And the very last benefit I'm going to go through with this KAOLIN clay is very exciting to me because it's supposed to lighten dark spots. If you deal with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation like me, like you have a spot and then it leaves this red mark and it takes months and months to go away, this says that it actually is supposed to help lighten those spots. And as far as the directions, we can use this up to twice a week, and it says leave on for 10 to 15 minutes. I did not leave that on because it was my first day. So instead of doing a patch test, I did a light application all over my face and I left it on for a few minutes. Let's talk about my experience while I show you how I applied it. Okay, so putting it on, like I said, it was actually very enjoyable. It went on really, really smoothly. I did use the applicator. I only kept it on for a few minutes. That was my test that I wanted to do. It did not harden like the Aztec clay mask, which for my skin type, I was extremely excited. So it did not harden. And then I took it off with warm water afterwards. Came off very easily and effortlessly. And before I tell you what exactly it felt like afterwards, I'm just going to go through the ingredients because honestly, if we learn to understand ingredients, we can just buy products from ingredients and we can ignore all the other marketing stuff when they're trying to sell us stuff. Okay, so let's go through some of these key ingredients. We talked about the tea leaf extract, and once again, the full scientific name, guys, Camellia sinensis leaf extract. That's your antioxidant. The soothing and the hydration comes from both glycerin and the beta glucan. The kaolin, of course, the clay here. They've got it here as a scrub, but honestly, it's got no beads. It is not like a physical exfoliant at all. It does not feel like that. Guys, and the rest are literally just buffers, emollients, and preservatives. So this can last. That's it. This was the clay mask that had the most, I would say, common sense, sensitive skin friendly ingredients that I could find, the shortest list. There were some other clay masks from Slow Sunday that I wanted to try, but then they had some fragrance, I believe some essential oils. So if you want something that is fragrance-free, essential oil-free, alcohol-free, like I said, it doesn't have the drying alcohol. Whenever you see the denat or the denatured alcohol, that's your drying alcohol. Remember the D. The cetyl alcohol is not a drying alcohol in here. And I can tell you, I can feel the humectants working in here, and I did not feel dry at all. Okay, we've made it almost to the end here. I'm going to tell you what it felt like afterwards. So as I was taking it off, I did see a little bit of redness. Remember I told you from the Aztec clay mask, I looked like a tomato. I didn't look like a tomato. I did have some redness where I had the red spots for about 20 minutes afterwards. I could feel it working. So I'd washed it off, but I could feel it working. So it was a little bit uncomfortable for me, but I knew it was doing something. So it does work. Even though the ingredients are so gentle in here, I felt it working. And that lasted, like I said, 20 minutes, maybe up to 30 minutes max. So as you can see here, I'm going to add in the thumbnail of me doing like all my steps for my evening skincare, which are hydrating toners, my snail mucin, and then I always seal in everything with some type of nice moisturizer, and I used the Advanced Snail 92 from CosRx last night. And then I don't have this on camera, but before I went to bed, I slathered on some cold pressed grapeseed oil, and this morning my skin felt really, really good. So that is what was the most important thing for me. This morning my skin felt great. So do I still have blemishes? Did it fix my skin overnight? It did not fix my skin overnight, but the overall smoothness, I could feel that. So this guy here, that is, I'm going to tell you the size here. It's 100 grams, 3.53 ounces. I will do a follow-up because I am curious to keep using it and see what happens when I leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes. The instructions say twice a week, 10 to 15 minutes. I will build my way up to 15 minutes, but I'm going to do that in 5-minute intervals. So I may have found a clay mask that works well for us. Let's see what the final results are as I keep using it. But the immediate results were good, and I think they did a really good job on this with, I have to say, like very commonsensical, gentle yet effective ingredients. Okay, so that wraps up today's video. If you have any inquiries about this specific clay mask or the Amazonian white clay, I did do a lot of research about that. Your inquiries are always welcome below. I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good day, everybody. Peace soon.